This session is construction management. Uh, I would say an overall idea about this field is basically to manage a project. How well can you start? How good can you manage the project right from its idea, from the perspective to bring it into physical nature and then handover? So that's construction management. Uh, to come into a official definition of a construction management, it's a professional service where a project owner is provided with effective management of the project schedule, cost, quality, safety, scope of work, and function. So this construction management is applicable to all project delivery methods, which I'll be talking in the few slides next. But a person who manages a construction project is called a construction manager. He is the whole and sole responsibility or the entity who is answerable to the owner and successful project. Then, in simple terms, I would say construction management is a preparation of a strategy that helps you to uh, execute a project in a stipulated time, cost, and as designed. So that's what I can say as a construction management. So when we talk about construction management, we have several project stakeholders in the project, which is owner, construction manager, licensed architect or an engineer, or general contractor. When we talk about all the stakeholders, each and every stakeholder in a construction project has got its own importance, their own deliverables, and everything. So when I talk about first an owner, so an owner is an individual business entity who commissions or funds a project. But he's the person who's having the whole idea of the project. He's the person who is going to benefit out of the project. So the person owner may not have a dedicated construction oversighting teams, and he would choose to contract out the work with a certified construction manager. So that is where the owner brings construction management into picture. So he has no idea about a construction project. He needs a construction firm to oversee all of that construction work to ensure it is done within the contractual terms. That is schedule, cost, quality, and all of that. The next stakeholder is the construction manager. It can be an individual, or it can be a firm, or it can be a team which has been hired by the owner to provide the supervision and oversight of the project starting from its initial to completion and handover stage. That is from planning to pre-construction through construction and handover. So we know there are stages in construction project, which we'll be talking about in the next few slides, but this is what a construction manager focuses on. The next thing is a licensed architect. It can be a design consultancy firm, an architect who gives the intent of the project, or it might be a structural engineer or a geotech engineer, anybody depending upon what the scope of work is and what type of project it is. It can be, again, a person, an individual, or a firm which has been hired by the owner to manage the design part, because the construction management is the supervision part. There is something called the design part and the execution part. So design part is all done by engineers. That's like architects, engineers of their own domain and all of that. So the job of these architects, engineers, is to prepare the project design, underdo technical coordination between the engineering disciplines. So in a construction project, you have HVAC, you have MEP, you have got facade, you have got civil, you have got landscaping, you have got aesthetics, you have got interiors. So each and every item has got its own stage of occurrence, its own methodology of construction, and its own personality who is representing or doing the work. So, a civil guy cannot go do what MEP does, what MEP does not, and landscaping guy cannot do a facade work. So, basically, an architect or any person who is doing the design team should also work with all the other stakeholders in the project, all other design teams, all other execution teams, so that to ensure that everybody is working on the same platform. The next stakeholder is the biggest stakeholder is the person who actually executes the project. That means the general contractor is the it's a team. Obviously it cannot be a person who is hired by the owner, who executes, oversees day-to-day construction operations, and also manages his or her subcontractors, vendors during the construction project. So he will be the whole and soul representative, the answerable person to the construction manager and the owner on behalf of all subcontractors, all vendors, because he is the person who has been allocated to execute this project and hand over. So if there is facade subcontractor, the facade contractor should talk to the general contractor, and then general contractor will speak to the owner, because general contractor has his own terms and conditions with the subcontractor, which the owner is not bothered about. He doesn't care if that guy is not paying him money, if the guy is not supplying him money, he's not bothered. It is owner is only bothered that general contractor will build me this and give this me back. He doesn't care. So every stakeholder have their own responsibilities, which they have to take over, perform within their terms, within their boundaries, and that's how a successful construction project gets executed. So again, I would stress on something, that each and every stakeholder I spoke about plays a different role in different project delivery systems. That we will understand a little more as we proceed ahead. But the job title hierarchy is this. In general contractor, we include all subcontractors, vendors. In licensed architect section, we include all design teams, all consultants. In construction manager, it is usually a project management consultancy which oversees the entire job. Their job is to make sure today's job is done today. If the job is delayed, they why the reason it's delayed, and if it is delayed, what's our next action plan, and to make sure whether we are within these, if our timeline is really looking good, or if we have to have a schedule. So construction manager has to do all of the statistics, all of this mathematics, all of this supervision job to ensure that all the work he's been signed up, he has been asked to supervise is going on. So that's a bit overview of what a construction management side of things look like. So the most important aspect of construction management is its phases. How construction management plays its role in individual phase of a construction activity. So we very well know a construction project can be briefly divided into pre-construction, construction, and post-construction. That is, post-construction, we can say, which is close out and handover. Then it's construction. Then pre-construction can be planning, estimating, designing, engineering, and all of that. So let me talk about something important, which is planning. So